Hello and welcome to the Vital Red Pill. Today, part 1 of this legendary internet text. Disclaimer: the following text contains known false information. A properly educated person as yourself should be able to spot these with ease. The following video is no legal advice, no nutritional advice, and no life advice at all. You should know better than to listen to some random internet stranger regarding your life choices. This video is of course meant for entertainment purposes, as well as writing/world building advice. What is on the mind of the super powerful evil villain? What are the worries of a man who has more money than you could ever imagine? Or, practically speaking, what type of creative insult would such a villain throw at a hero? Thanks to Anon for suggesting this topic to me. At first I was hesitant, but then I saw that the writing style of the author fits very well with my style of narration. Also, the fact that his core message is self-empowerment. That struck a chord in me. The text is huge, and the final audio will be over 10 hours long. To make things easier for me, I will use TextToSpeech software for the very long questions of the other users, as I want to save my voice for Mr. Rofschild himself. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin with part 1 of 33 of I Am a Rofschild, Ask Me a Question. Written in the year 2011 on the still existing internet forum godlikeproductions.com. In short, GLP. Yes, I am of that evil banking clan, but a black sheep in wolf's clothes. Even if the stupid amongst you want the truth, you are too uneducated to know what to even ask. What say you, brain trust and learned of GLP? Somebody asks, okay OP, I will ask the right question then. Where did all our money go? To which he replies, money? Money? There ain't no stinking money. There is only power and illusion. Thus called the reality you are experiencing, the beautiful lie. Another Anon asks, is it true you are cannibals? To which he replies, energy cannibals, soul suckers. Do you know why Earthticans love meat? It is the taste of pain. Yum! As Sir Mickey Jogger observed, I shouted out who killed the Kennedys, when after all it was you and me, referring to the Rolling Stones song Sympathy for the Devil. Another Anon asks, if you Abraham Lincoln Rothschild, I knows your mama. To which he replies, we have no mothers. The chosen are disabused of the notion of a nurturing other who sacrifices all for the innocent being. Teach your children the ways of nature. They will learn one way or another anyway. Somebody asks, you gonna finish them fries? He says, no, thank you. Somebody else asks, why you no can spell your name right? To which he replies, I thought it amusing. GLP has several misspelled memes, moron for one. I thought to myself, self, let's do this ghetto style. And yes, I did learn it from my uncle. Lightfeather asks, Dagobert is to return. That's one promise I really hope happens. Finally get rid of all of your sorry asses. To which he replies, we aren't the problem, you are. No one forces you into your routines. You chose. Just remember one thing above all. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you are here because of your choices and beliefs. We are just the gatekeepers. One other thing. If you knew what it tasted like, you would take this deal as well. Somebody else asks,
or how about the power of illusion? I remember some glyphs from a book I read about Egypt. They painted their visions with lots of detail and colors. But the picture of an ordinary tree and background was all blurry. This is the illusion, it's inside, but the truth is all around us. Unfortunately at this time my vision is terrible, so I am no good Tony buddy lol.
To which he replies, you create your own reality, but you are highly suggestible, highly childish in so many ways, and you adults are children who never grew up to reality, all busy telling each other the beautiful lie. Somebody writes, quoting the previous post, "Oh, you create your own reality. Gnosticism, a gift of Master Rofschild, also known as Comte de Saint-Germain," posting a picture that is not available anymore. Oh, and lies just never fit with anything, even other lies. Yonglu. To which he replies, more along the lines of wishful thinking. Ask your average worker drone what they would do if tomorrow morning they won the lottery and receive $1 bajillion. Now study the answers and see what I mean. Illusions upon illusions. Stupid little children under the care of the shepherd. Somebody else writes, quoting, "No one forces you into your routines, you choose." He writes, "I chose us," posting a picture that we cannot see anymore. To which he replies, "Who wrote your script? Who are you acting for?" "I don't know what's wrong with Harvey, doctor. He's not acting normal." Then somebody else writes, "We are just the gatekeepers? I am going to pick the lock." He replies, "Give it your best effort, Mr. Anonymous Coward." This is how seemingly any anonymous poster on this forum is automatically called. That is the essential human quality which prevents total ruin. However, it is completely misplaced without the tools necessary and taken for granted the experienced locksmith. Obtain the proper tools and you would be considered a serious threat. Lightfather writes, quoting the line that if you knew what it tasted like you would take this deal as well. He says, "Let me guess, sweet as honey in your mouth? You don't know shit, Mr. Gatekeeper." To which he replies, "Honey is such a pedestrian concept, but perfectly relevant to our little discussion. No adult thinks twice about letting the honeybee toil and labor all summer, collecting the pollen, and in the autumn the hooded beekeeper comes and takes the whole fucking honeycomb. Which of you mourns for the honeybee? Which of you thinks twice of the theft of labor which has occurred? Zoom out, Google Earth style, and look at the macro picture. You are the drone bees, and you are harvested of your energy and labor at regular intervals, just like your old friend, the honeybee. Is there a difference morality-wise? Is our theft greater than yours? Because you have an intermediary and buy your honey from a middleman, is there any difference? You American drones, has your life not been made easier by harvesting the sweat and tears of your Chinese brothers? And whenever there are inequities, we are there, getting our cut. Yongnu writes again,
"Some people know they are living lies. Being part of a network that has been very good to them, as they perceive what is good, and they have a great deal invested in the lie. These are the handlers, controllers, and manipulators who stand to lose a great deal from their point of view should the lies be made for what they are. These are the enemies. They are legion. From their view, the system has done well by them, and why not keep those under their thumb in the cage of lies? These then become, by their agreed choices, the dark souls following the dark paths. The ice they put out becomes their ice, their bright lights diminish, and until in one life, the light in heart shines out no more. They become hideous and putrid, both outward and inward, until all who gaze upon them find them revolting. In the end, all these have is their will. A cold determination, without conscience, without remorse, without love. And illusions upon illusions. In short, by creating their identity that relates to any fiction or delusion makes them in the delusion as one. The question is, are you one of them even if you're a snake slave? Anyway. Yolgnu.
To which he replies, yes, one will catch more flies with honey than with feces. Construct the cages with some creature comforts, and they will lock themselves in. And then advance that rather than a literal Garden of Eden, the planet is a scary, scary place. Who doesn't want someone else to assure their safety? And so on. Then a user called Open Your Eyes writes, quoting the previous post, that if you obtain the proper tools, you would be considered a serious threat. He writes, if you think I am anonymous, get your eyes checked and look harder. I wonder what's in my toolbox. To which he replies, yes, Mr. Eyes, what is in your toolbox? Do you have anything in your toolbox? Name one thing you have going for you, toolbox or not. Cricket sounds. Then the user Lightfather writes, quoting the what would you do if you win $1 billion thing. If I won it, I would use it to bring down you bastards, every last penny of it. To which he replies, interesting, what would your very first move be? Let me guess, a new car and a new house? Drawing the news tighter before even giving it a thought? The irony is that you are best able to effect the change you espouse now as a slave, since you truly have so little to lose. Seriously, what is stopping you from acting now, instead of when you receive your bajillion-dollar payout? Oh, this is so rich. Then the user Open Your Eyes replies again, quoting the line that he has nothing in his toolbox. He writes, how about I show you, in time? To which he replies, glacial time, probably. Contrary to common perception and urban myth, we are not immortal. Please don't keep me waiting too long, Mr. Whomever you are. The user Lightfather replies, yeah, keep on laughing. In the end, all matter returns to its original place. I wonder where yours is. To which he replies, wherever did you get the idea that all matter returns to its original place? Where have you learned that in nature? And then he refers to a spelling mistake in Lightfather's text. By the way, no apostrophe in its. Its is it is. It is possessive. Somebody else wrote, Rofschild is going down, ... To which he replies, oh yes, sure. What proof of... Ah yes, sure. What proof offer you for this silly notion? Again, an example of childish thinking, making statements with no basis for support. My dad can pummel your dad. Speaking of going down, how are your kids' education coming along? What relationship do you enjoy with your kids? What do they spend their time doing? What is their future? The only way we go down is if you wake up. And that isn't ever going to happen. Look at the stupid comments on here, and so far not one intelligent question. You can learn, because as a man of honor, I will answer truthfully. But alas, as one once stated, the truth? The truth? You can't handle the truth. The user Lightfeather, quoting the post again with what would you do with $1 bajillion, states, one hint, Wall Street. That would just be the beginning. To which Rofschild replies, wasn't a hacker group, Anonymous, supposed to bring down the New York Stock Exchange last week? Weren't lots of people supposed to do many things that never happened? You don't understand the New York Stock Exchange any more than you understand money. How can you bring down something you don't understand? Read Sun Tzu and the Art of War for a beginner's course. Then ponder on the fact that you are taking on forces with experience measured in millennia. Then the user opens your eyes. The one who was challenged to show what's in his toolbox replies again. If you are smart enough to figure out who my spirit is, then maybe you will realize that your last comment was misguided. To which Rofschild replies, wasn't a Bickle character a crazed cab driver who shot up some slum neighbors? Is that your role model? Take out a few of your neighbors to get back at the system which oppresses you? Sorry, you need a better plan. Then the user Yonglu replies to the question what he would do with $1 bajillion. He says, for me, I will burn the money on my altar, or be LOLOL, and convert the energy into something else, smiley face. I am a strange human, LOL. To which Rofschild replies, an altar just implies trading one deity illusion for another, when the real power lies within. Then somebody else writes, can you lend me €1 trillion, please? I promise to pay it back. P.S. $1 million would also do, smiley face. To which Rofschild replies, surely you jest. We never want you to pay it back, be it £1 or a penny. The magic is in the interest. Magic, I tell you, interest. Borrow all the sweet, sweet candy you want, children. Pay me only a bright copper or 2. Lovely children. It would cost me exactly the same to lend or give you the €1 trillion. And note that you, a well-trained child, were polite enough to ask me to lend you something which has no value. Wonderful training. Think of young children and their instinctive knowledge of mine. They grab things, claim things, and don't want to share. Greedy, selfish child, you will share. Betrayed by their own parents. Then the user Lightfather writes again. And I see you did not reply to MI sticks. I know you know of the genetic memory passed down from our ancestors. You know that thousands, could be more, who knows, LOL. To which Rofschild replies, yes, Lightfather, I was temporarily stunned by your revelation. Please don't hurt us. Then somebody writes, Rothschild is trolling. I only got one question for ya, buddy. Why the fuck am I not purple? To which Rothschild replies, you can become purple, eat more beets, perhaps. Michael Jackson, an American entertainer, desired to change his skin color from black to something approaching white. I never understood that. So, becoming purple isn't out of the question, if that is your dream. I know there's also an orange spray tan solution. Can you compromise on orange? Are you flexible on the color? Somebody else writes, how come you are sharing your time with us today? To which Rothschild replies, it is a harvest of sorts, I suppose. Why does a small child poke a box turtle? Why does a small child study an anthill internally and then smash it under his heel? That universal unknown. Does it make me feel superior? Not really. A freak show? No. Perhaps there's a part of me that hopes for the growth of others. Perhaps I feel a duty to remain open to helping others I deem worthy. As a matter of honor, I will not lie. As a matter of practicality, I will not play Socrates. Come up with your own intellect and stretch your thinking. Thank you for your question. To be continued.